Well, Arsenal fan, welcome to Chom Sports News Chanel, and don't forget to subscribe our channel. White, Partey, and the 12 Arsenal players Mikel Arteta is working with during international break. Things are going pretty well for Arsenal as they head into the international break. The Gunners lead a thrilling Premier League title race ahead of Manchester City and Liverpool and have qualified for the Champions League quarterfinals for the first time in 14 years. They've won all but one of their matches in 2024, and, in fact, you could even make the argument that the international break poses a threat to the superb momentum they've been able to build up this year. Mikel Arteta is determined to make sure that doesn't happen, though. "We've had a very strange schedule lately," he said earlier this month. "We had a long period after Newcastle and Sheffield United. The same happened a week or two ago, but we have adapted. We have to have the capacity to adapt to that. We are going to have two games very close to each other, and then a big gap after the international break before Man City. So try to plan it the right way to maximize the time we get." As he prepares for the business end of the season, Arteta will actually have plenty of his squad to work with at the Sabre Realty Center. There won't be any first-team goalkeepers, though. David Raya, Aaron Ramsdale, and Karl Hein have all been called up to their respective nations, which has given a chance for young stoppers Ove Ejiri and James Hilson to impress in the first team. When it comes to the outfield players, plenty are staying behind. Cedric Soares has not been called up to the Portuguese national team squad. The 32-year-old is counting down the days in North London and has gained praise for his professionalism on the training ground. The same goes for Mohamed Elneny, who will also be at the Sabre Realty Center over the next 2 weeks. Takahiro Tomiyasu and Ben White also be sticking behind. Tomiyasu will be getting the chance to celebrate his new contract as he continues to recover from a calf problem. White, meanwhile, has a new deal of his own to celebrate. The 26-year-old had been in some of the best form of his career before the international break, but elected not to make himself available for England selection. They will be getting competition from Jurrien Timber, who is nearing a full return. The Dutch international is fully involved in training sessions that don't put undue stress on his knee as he continues his comeback from an ACL injury. If he continues at this rate of recovery, he'll be ready to be involved after the international break. Thomas Partey is another long-term absentee who will be being put through his paces over the next few weeks. The Ghanaian international did receive a late call-up for his country, but after planning to stay in North London, the decision was taken for him to ultimately remain. Having missed most of the campaign due to a spate of muscle injuries, Partey will want to be a difference-maker between now and the end of the season. The same goes for Fabio Vieira, who has played just 45 minutes since requiring surgery on a groin problem in November. The 23-year-old has never been called up to the Portuguese senior team, but he'll be hoping that he can find enough form to be under consideration for this summer's Euros. Emil Smith-Rowe is unlikely to make the England group for the tournament in Germany after finding game time hard to come by this season. The 23-year-old is fully fit, though, and will want to use the absence of competitors for his starting spot like Kai Havertz and Martin Odegaard to remind Arteta what a talent he is. By all accounts, he's been excellent on the training ground this season, so if he can keep that up, he may well have a role to play during the run-in. Fellow Hale Enders Rice Nelson and Eddie Nketiah will also be staying behind at London Coney this international break. The pair have started just once between them in 2024 and will want to convince Arteta that they deserve more game time. Gabriel Jesus, meanwhile, is looking to finally put a knee issue that has dogged him all season behind him. The 26-year-old's title-winning experience will be crucial during the run-in, and Arteta may view it as a blessing in disguise that Jesus was omitted from the most recent Brazil squad in order to give him time to properly recover. Both Gabriel Magalhães and Gabriel Martinelli were called up to the Brazil squad for this international break, but unfortunately the pair have had to withdraw due to injuries. The former is recovering from a cut on his foot sustained in the 6-0 win over Sheffield United, while the latter has been given the chance to rest an inflamed Achilles tendon. Thanks to visiting as, and don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment.